So this is Ryan Kaiser, Athletic Director at Warner Pacific College. I wanted to ask him a few questions today that he could relate some information about the ministry to you from his point of view. So Ryan, I guess I would ask, what are some changes that you've seen in the ministry that have happened since I came on here at Warner?
One of the things that I've seen since I've been here is our school really was challenged by providing spiritual leadership to our kids. And, with having part-time coaches and having them kind of coming and going, it really challenges our staff in being able to provide that spiritual intentionality that we're trying to have here at Warner Pacific College. And so by bringing on Michael and him obviously working with Coach Valentine and our men's basketball team that first year, it really made a significant difference. And then as we were able to kind of go to the next phase, I think it was really easy for us to roll that into something that Mike envisioned, which is trying to be here full-time and raise support for himself so that we could eventually provide that for all of our teams. And I think, I've seen such a difference in our kids. I've seen such a difference in our kids and our staff here in the athletic department. Guys that are wanting to hang around and go to Michael's devotionals on Mondays. And then obviously Mike's work with all of our teams. And it's, Mike kind of has a similar role as an athletic director where I get to jump in and jump out of each one of our teams. And I get to see where they are in their different phases of growth, whether it's with wins and losses and tough times and rough times and recruiting and budget and all that type of stuff. And Mike kind of has that same viewpoint as I do, being able to jump in and jump out with each individual team and see how they're doing with their walk with Jesus Christ. And I think, the thing that I've really appreciated about Mike is having him here and having to really provide that intentionality that we've talked about. Some of our coaches, maybe stronger in their devotionals. I know our men's basketball coach was really good, and Bart Valentine. Our women's basketball coach is great. Dave Lee, our track and field coach, is fantastic. And then some of these other coaches have had a little bit of a difficult time in trying to be able to do that with their student athletes. And so being able to bring Mike alongside of them, now we don't ask Mike to do it all for him, but we help. Mike helps provide the roadmap and the guide to be able to help the coaches if they are challenged with their walk with Christ and trying to figure out where they are and how that works with college athletics. And so, really having Mike here full-time, fully dedicated to obviously raising money for his funds, and then obviously being here for the student athletes and our coaches has been fantastic. And I just feel truly blessed that God brought Michael into our lives here at Warner Pacific College, and we've been able to use him, and God's been able to use him in the spiritual development of our student athletes as well as our staff here in the athletic department.
Thanks, Ryan. Anything that you would say to our supporters as we move into the next year here at Warner?
This next year we're really excited about. This is to be the first year that actually the whole entire staff has continued over from one year to the next, and so having a full staff, everybody knows one another, no new faces, has been really, really a blessing for me. And trying to develop relationships with kids and coaches more specifically. And I think the same too with Michael. This first year with the ministry, Mike had to do a little bit of feeling out and trying to figure out what teams are more willing to have the spiritual component within the own team, and does the coach want to lead it, does Michael want to lead it. And I think we've been able to significantly challenge our coaches with Michael's use in providing that spiritual intentionality that we talk about here at the school. And so I've just been really, really impressed with the ability for Michael to be able to come in here to begin to develop relationships with kids and coaches, to walk along with them through their struggles and through their good times as well. And one of the ways that we're excited that we're even including Michael more now is with his ability to be the voice of the Warner Pacific College Knights and being able to call games. And he's going to be doing that for both volleyball and men's and women's basketball. And so we're really, really excited to bring Michael along. That'll be one more component that our school can recognize Michael and that he can obviously begin to, hey, who's this guy? What's his deal? Man, he's really raising support on his own, and he's funded this job by himself, and his family fully supports him. And he's got people that support him both financially and emotionally and as their friend. And I just think that all of that stuff is kind of cumulated into being able to develop a really strong athletic department. More specifically, the intentionality of having spiritual influence both in our staff and with our student athletes. And so not only with having Michael on the microphone, we'll bring that to both our volleyball, and it'll be one more piece that our student athletes and staff can connect him with this athletic department. So with that, I'm really, really excited about him being a part of our athletic department, and obviously, bringing one more thing, one more piece of the puzzle to our group. So,
any final things you want to say to our supporters?
I just would say that God brought Michael here for a reason, and it was my first year, and getting to know Michael, and seeing him do the devotionals with our men's basketball team, and then hearing about the different things that he was starting to do with some of our other teams, and we started to talk, and man, could this really be a reality? Bringing him on full time, him raising support for himself, and with the economic times and the things, that are tough things that are going on in today's world, his ability to be able to come in here, do it on his own, to find a way to get this done so that he truly felt like God was calling him to be here and to support our staff and our kids. And I think that, I'm just so grateful for him and his ability to come in here, and I'm grateful for your support, your ability to financially support Michael. His efforts don't go unnoticed. I mean, all the times that I get to talk with the president or with the people, the higher ups, and share the stories that have come out of Mike's realm, really truly have been a blessing. And I think with this kind of being the first year, it's been fantastic, and I really think that this next year will be even greater as we continue to develop those relationships and the Bible studies and the devotionals that Mike have been leading with each of our teams. So I'm just really, really excited about this next year.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome.